in a world where every action has a ripple effect. One economic move might have just started a very big domino collapse. Well, US imposed tariffs on China. China did retaliate by imposing tariffs back on them. But they might be doing something that is shaking America's whole financial system. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to discuss about the topic of how China is becoming a very big problem for the US by dumping their bonds, how US is facing trouble to refinance nearly $9.2 trillion within this year, and what kind of different data do we have that are signaling for a big recession and for the housing crash as well. Let's analyze this topic in today's video. It all started due to the reciprocal tariffs introduced on the so-called Liberation Day from President Trump.
My fellow Americans, this is Liberation Day, waiting for a long time. April 2nd, 2025 will forever be remembered as the day American industry was reborn, the day America's destiny was reclaimed, and the day that we began to make America wealthy again. China, 67%. That's tariffs charged to the USA, including currency manipulation and trade barriers. So 67%, so we're going to be charging a discounted reciprocal tariff of 34%. I think, in other words, they charge us, we charge them less. So how can anybody be upset?
Well, US didn't just stop here. They introduced not only 104, 145, they introduced now 245% tariffs on Chinese goods. And now what is China doing? Not only they introduced tariffs on the US goods, but they also have a nuclear option. That is to dump their bonds. That's right. China is one of the biggest USA bond holders in the whole world. And whenever tensions arise between these countries, China has a very simple option, that is to sell these American bonds. And what will it lead to? This will lead to higher yields, less demand, and then people, companies, and countries will stop investing in the US bonds, which will lead to very big problem. Because US needs to refinance nearly $9.2 trillion within this year and $28 trillion in next 4 years. And if they're not raising this money through US bonds, they will have to pay a larger interest in the future. If you want to know why it happens that whenever the yields on the bonds go up, there is a lower demand, you can look at a previous video and get an idea how the bond market works. Because last Monday, the US bond market crashed, which is why the money from the US bond market went to various stock markets. We have now seen a complete reverse, that FIIs are now buying securities in the Indian stock market. So now, is the bullish rally here, or is it just a trap for retail investors worldwide? See, the first thing we need to realize is whenever the US bond market yields go down, the demand for these bonds will go really high, and the money from various stock markets will be taken out. Now let's look at some really different data and charts that are currently notifying that there might be a very big recession. If you look at the new homes for sales in total, they are very much near the number which was before the 2008 recession. And if you look at the monthly supply of units of these new homes, that is also going high, just like it has been before every recession. And also, if you look at the inverted yield curve, the only technical indicator for recessions, it has turned positive from a negative, and it can result in a recession just like the way it has been going on since 1970. Now, if you look at this data, which is known as the delinquency rates, this is the only data which tells about the amount of people who are falling behind on their loans or not able to pay their debts. And whenever this number starts to grow, there is a very big speculation in the market about an upcoming recession. Even if we look at the unemployment rates, we can see that there is a spike coming in right now, just like before the 2008, 2000 and 1990 crash. So what do you think? Is this USA-China trade war going to cause it? Let us know in the comments down below. Till then, don't forget to have a great day. Thank you so much.